Hi. So today we're changing strings, and I don't remember when I changed these last. So this is how it sounds right now. These are the old strings. So we're going to start right up. And also, since this is my first solo cast, we're going to talk about things. And the first thing is the great debate about tone. And everybody is concerned about tone this, tone that, and woods, and what have you. And what I don't really hear about on the internet is the debate about tone, but concerning strings. So, needless to say, this is not it's for, how do you say that? Entertainment purposes only. And I'm not sponsored. I bought these just today. Today is, what is it? The 4th of April, 2026. And I bought these strings. These are Elixir strings. This is not an ad. And I bought new elixirs, and these are also elixirs. And I don't know when I last changed them, but it shouldn't be more than a year. I can't remember actually, but it's definitely not these are definitely not a year-old set of strings. And mind you, I've recorded, if you go to my shorts on YouTube, you'll see a bunch of clips, and I've done all of them with these strings. So these strings, and how do I do those? I actually record on my DAW. I do the tracking of the guitar parts, then I program everything else. And so this is a sort of a disclosure. Some of them, up to what was it? Gohira versus Meshuggah. You can actually hear what I'm playing on the video. So you watch the video and you can hear what I'm actually playing as you're watching it. After that, and this is where I need maybe some preferences. Do people want to hear a fully tracked, offline tracked, mixed, rough mix, but it's mixed audio? Or should I have a backing track and play live one side or the other as I'm filming the video? So let me know if you have a preference. But after a certain point, I stopped recording what I actually play at the time I'm recording the video. So you're not actually hearing me play in real time of the video what you're hearing in the mix. So that's that, and we are moving on to talk about Strings, yes, strings. So what I don't know. Maybe people are actually talking about this on the internet, but I haven't seen it myself. The debate that strings make the biggest difference in your sound, especially when they're new. Especially when they're new. Because when they're new, you can actually hear the full spectrum of frequency that the string produces. So, people talk about tone woods on electric, always. I'm talking electric. People are talking about tone woods, pickups, construction, etc. But what makes the number one point of contact with your tone starts first of all with your skin. That's number one, and then the pick and the string. So before it goes into the pickup, which everybody is raving about, and I'm sick of hearing it actually, the first thing of your tone, the step one, is the pick, your hand, and the string. So I use these strings, first of all, because they last me, as I already said, they can last me over a year if I'm, gentle and not playing my head off every day. And they can last me a very long time, over a year, maybe two. But I need to change these because they are now beaten to what. And so, first things first. This one, the old one, is a 62, okay? It's an OptiWeb, Elixir OptiWeb gauge 62 on the thicker E string. E string. I'm tuning it to B and A, drop A. So, the old one was a 62. Now, think whatever you believe in. They had a 64, which is a lifesaver. It's much better than a 62. This is a little bit of a finicky subject. When you're tuning, where you're tuning the pitch, it's a matter of preference and physics of how the string will behave under your hands and under your specific touch, okay? Because I have to point this out. Billy Gibbons, which I'm just watching a podcast of, go watch it. It's called, what is it? More Stories. The actor, John J. Moore. He has a pod, and he has Billy Gibbons as a guest. So Billy Gibbons is a legend. First of all, I'm a big Billy Gibbons fan. And so the man has the softest touch probably in history. He uses sevens, and his tech doesn't hit the string. He blows on it to tune the guitar, okay? So it all depends on how you play and what pitch you tune to. So I'm going to tune this 64 gauge 6 string to B and A. So I'm asking a lot of the string, but a 62 is not enough. It's too noodly. It's too, you know what I'm saying. And so thankfully the shop had 64 today, which they normally, I didn't even know they had a 64 single string. So what am I doing? I'm tuning like this. I'm tuning to B standard, and I'm doing a drop A. Okay, everybody knows that. It's not anything new at this point. So I'm buying an extra sixth or as the Brits would say, sixth string, and an extra full set of a 6-string set. And I don't use the first string, the first E string. So I have 7 strings and I use 6 of them. And so the tone debate. The tone starts, for me, in my experience, the first thing you feel is the pick, the string, and then everything else. So I prefer these strings besides the fact that they last a long time, although I've had some breakage, early breakage at some points, which was very disappointing. Anyway, I choose these strings because I like, for what they offer in terms of longevity, I like how they sound. These OptiWeb. So Elixir has three types. OptiWeb and an all, well, actually I don't know, but it has to do with the coding mainly and the type of string. OptiWeb, NanoWeb, and what's the other one? I forget. NanoWeb and the PolyWeb. Yeah, the original. So I didn't like the NanoWebs. I didn't like the sound of them. See where I'm going with this? It has to do with how the string sounds. And I didn't like the Nanos because they have a baritone set. A NanoWeb has a baritone set, which is great, but I didn't like the gauges, and most of all, I didn't like how they sounded. So people use other brands like NYXL, Ernie Ball, DR, Dean Markley, you name it. But for my money, actually, this is the best value, and it's the best possible tone for what the string actually, how the string performs. Okay? So, I start with that. My tone starts with the string and the pick. So, this pick, this is an Ultex Dunlop, is my all-round pick, okay? This is 1 millimeter. And this is my best all-around pick. But if I want to do something more aggressive in terms of how I hit the string and what frequencies do I want to accentuate out of my strike, I use these, which originally start kind of like this. This one is kind of, already seen some mileage. And I make them into this. I scrape them and make them a bit more pointy. So if I want to do a big slam kind of riff and dig into the bottom 3 strings like a full chord chugging, this is a better string. But what's the trade-off here? This pick cannot go beyond a certain tempo. Okay? After a certain point in BPM and your note duration, this one cannot keep up because this one is 73.73, okay? And it takes a long time for it to come back, so you can't downpick at, say, 200 BPM and over, downpick like, like the fast thrash bands. The pick can't keep up. So you need a thicker string, a thicker pick, so it comes back to meet the string at the time you need it to. Okay? So, what else? I got it too. So the way I do this, for now, people cut strings. I never really liked, just going in and cut strings with this thing, a clipper, because it unsettles the neck too abruptly. Okay, there may be some techs out there and professionals that say it doesn't matter, it doesn't affect the guitar in one way or the other. I just don't like doing it like that. So I do it the slow way. And I don't even have a peg winder. I'm just winding the string down with my hand. So so the way I do this for now, or not just for now, I actually do this, is change the strings one by one. And I detune the string, take it off completely through the back, and put the new one in. Sometimes, of course, if I want to clean the guitar, I'll take them all off, clean the guitar, and put the new ones on. So we can go on further. So, yeah, what else did I want to talk about? Tone woods, yeah. That's the big one. Everybody is going out of their mind and out of their way to talk about and debate about tone woods. Does it matter or doesn't it matter? Well, my experience is that it does matter. It doesn't matter as much as I don't know. I don't know how to even quantify how much it matters. It matters under circumstances and it matters in percentage. What's the percentage? I have no clue. But I do know that it does matter. But here's my point of view, and in my experience, what matters even more than the tone wood itself is, of course, the quality of the tone wood and its density and its age and its humidity percentage. But what matters even more than that, in my experience, is, and I've been playing these things for a long time, since '97. Yes, as you can probably tell, yeah, it's been a long time. So, what matters to me, in my experience, even more than tone woods and pickups and strings and picks, is the construction of the guitar itself. What type of construction is it? And the biggest, maybe the biggest factor in your final tone, is this thing, the bridge. The bridge is, I can't even put it into words. It's so important that I don't even know what to say here. Each type of bridge sounds completely different to one another, to my ears. And even more important than that is the fact that you play a different bridge, you play it a different way because your hand position is somewhere different. Okay? These bridges make you play like say A, okay? A Floyd Rose makes you play like B. A Tune-o-matic makes you play like C, and say a telly bridge or a Strat tremolo bridge, makes you play D and E and what have you. So the bridge is a massive player in how you play, thus changing your tone. Okay? So, and then of course we have the pickups, but you know, pickups are how should I say this? I don't know. Pickups are a matter of preference, your personal EQ preference. What your ear tells you, and pickups. As a matter of yes, okay. I remembered what I wanted to say. Pickups are a completely personal taste thing. As far as, first of all, why is it so different? It's such a personal thing, pickups. Because we all hear differently. We're anatomically different to one another. So, something that I hear as bright or harsh, to someone else it might sound fine. Okay? So, we actually perceive frequencies, the amplitude of frequencies, we all perceive differently. And for that reason, how you hear is how you play. And pickups are, pickups are like amplifiers, actually. It's in that category. It's what you like. And the sound you have in your head comes out. You actually tend to go to what sounds good to you is actually what you go on and use, because it already sounds good to you. So you choose by listening to the sound that's already inside. It's just trying to find it from an outside source, outside factor. So yeah, pickups are completely a matter of preference and what you want to use them for, actually. So these are bare knuckle, and they are kind of specific. These are the Aftermath model, and they're very specific to what they do. I mean, I like them, but they can't do everything. Mind you, I wired this guitar myself, and I'm not a tech, so I might have done something wrong, but not too wrong because it plays okay. It doesn't have any issues. So, what else? Let me look at my notes. Yes. So I gotta rush these. F, not F. E. Good old E. Bow. Okay. So, better move along. I got all the time in the world, actually. In this case. What else do I want to talk about? also, what else? I want to talk about writing riffs. And so if someone that has seen my YouTube Shorts playlists, why do I do this? I ask myself. I ask myself that too, and I do this to keep busy, actually. Not just have something to do, but do what I want to do as a profession, and that is making music. But I found that for myself, I'm not too inclined to make entire songs. It takes me a long time, and I hit a wall pretty quick. But as far as riff writing, it's just probably how my brain works. Yeah, I have a short, I don't want to say attention span. I can put some attention for quite a bit. I mean, I can pay attention, but my brain gets tired because I put a bit of maybe too much thought into the rhythm and the notes in the riffs. And I'm not really, I hear rhythm, patterns, motifs, and I can, Lego something, say, new, which is not really new, but it is. And I'm not so, from experience, I found that I'm not that inclined to make an entire song, like from start to finish. If it comes out on its own, fine, and that's a great thing to have. So when you're writing something, sometimes music doesn't stop. Even you can't stop it. Even your skill level is not enough to stop the music from coming out. You might not even be able to perform it properly, but it will come out. And it has happened, but I cannot rely on it because I don't know when it will happen. Sometimes it does, sometimes it takes a break and, says, see you later. And for that reason, I started making the One Riff series so I can put myself to work, because I was inspired by Johann Sebastian Bach. And I saw a documentary about him, and it was showing how he worked. Got up in the morning and went to his office space. Which one is this? Okay, yeah. He was going to his working space, and he started working and writing. And that was that. So I took that approach of not waiting. And also other people, of course, have mentioned this method that when you create, when your job is to make something out of nothing, you cannot wait on inspiration, because inspiration, I don't know where it comes from. It's in the air, but you cannot rely on it because it's a very elusive. At least in my experience, everything I'm talking about here is what I've already experienced, and train of thought. So that's my experience. So I took the advice that you should just work and make yourself do things and exercise that brain muscle that comes up with stuff. It's funny because I've seen, I make a new riff every day, okay? I hope I can do this forever. And the goal is to make one song every day, honestly. But, you know, we have a way to, you know, the future is ahead of us. We'll see what will happen. But the goal is to make one song every day. But the problem is that I do everything myself. I come up with the riffs. I learn how to play them, which is the hard part for me, actually. I found out, you know, the hard way that I'm not really that good, technically. I have some strengths, but I'm not really a performer, a clean performer, like some of my colleagues and some of the newer players, which are unbelievable, actually. There's a lot of talent and, you know, technical ability, which is natural, actually, because everything evolves and information goes around so fast today that yesterday is old news. And I'm not that young, and my brain has, you know, some some dark spots in it that don't work properly. So, anyway, how I make these. I open up a session and I make something. Oh, yeah, I forgot. That I heard Maynard Keenan, I think is his name, from Tool. In an interview, he said how he does it, how he the process of his creative process. He gets up, he makes coffee, and before he drinks the coffee, he goes to his computer and starts working. Before he gives himself, his body and his brain, any kind of substance, which is actually very mainly a smart idea, but it's it makes you do things because you make yourself, you force yourself to do something so you can get the reward. It's a kind of a dopamine loop cycle. It's brain stuff. I don't know. I mean, my brain is okay. It's all right, but it could be better. So, yeah, that's the process. You get up, you work first, and then you make something. Okay. Just make a thing, whatever. It doesn't matter what it is. It might it might be completely benign and terrible. Okay? The point is that you made it. You got up, it wasn't there before, and you made something that didn't exist before you made it. Okay? That's the point. Now that triggers a process. What it does is really funny. Because your brain says, oh, okay. Now it has a memory of something, that the thing you made makes a loop in your brain, and you're starting to repeat it. You might forget it, but it doesn't matter because your brain is now working. You see where I'm going with this? And then you can keep working, and you might write something. You might make something that's good, that you're gonna use, or you might make something else. But now, since you've already made something, your brain is in that mode. It's in the mode of making things. Okay? So you go on for the rest of the day thinking of making things. And it's actually a method that works. You don't need to wait for inspiration and, I'm too tired or fed up, or I can't work today, I can't do this. You get up and go to work every day. So it's the same thing. You get up and you just do it. The funny thing about music, it's because it's all subjective. It's subjective to the audience. To you, who makes it. It isn't. It's your work. It's not subjective to you. You have to like what you make. Now, whether the audience will think the same is not your. You have no control over it. What you do have control over is whether you can make it sound good to you. Okay? What's this one? B, F sharp. So, because, I see the comments and people saying what it sounds like to them. And, yeah, I saw the comment. Okay? I can read. And I do see that, okay, this guy is right. But, this guy is right. But he didn't make what I did. He didn't do what I did. And he wasn't thinking what I was thinking. He just heard it, and it reminded him of something. But I, as a creator, know that, okay, yes, it does sound like what you said it sounds like, but I know 10 more places, 10 more artists that have used the same motif. You might come and say that it sounds like X, but I know that X, Y, Z, B, F have used the same motif. But you don't hear it because you didn't make it, and you haven't heard those other artists that have made the same motif. So keep that in mind. We're almost done here. I don't know how much time it took me, but I'm having fun, and I hope you have fun too. So, what else do I want to talk about? Anyway, I'll talk about it in another episode. So for this first one, plus, as I said in the beginning, I don't change these strings often because they last me a long time. There's some vintage aging. What do they call that? the fad of making a new guitar look old. What's it called? Relicking. Yeah. Oh man. Relicking. Oh, go figure, man. Far out. Relicking. People are relicking. They have professional relickers. Ah, that's the funniest thing. Just give it to me. I'll play it for a year and you'll see. I'll relic it in no time. Give it to me new though. See these dings and oh man, I messed the string up. Whatever. Relicking. Oh my god. I don't know, man. Is anybody a fan of relicking? Because it just seems beyond logic. You take a new guitar, someone worked on it. Someone oh man, someone busted themselves up to make it, and they do it, and they grind and make, and they sanding and doing to make the thing, and then someone else comes with a bunch of keys and a hammer and a screwdriver. Hey, oh man, he makes it new really quick. I don't know. It's comedy to me. I don't know what to say to that. Relicking. People pay, absurd amounts of money and a relic guitar is more expensive. Oh boy. I don't know. So we're almost done. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. What is this? What is this note? X flat. Shut up. What happened? Oh no. Okay. Okay. So what happened is that the string doesn't go all the way in, the ball end doesn't go all the way in into the pocket, and then you tune up, and you go, oh, that's good, and then it goes pink, and it drops, and that's when the ball end goes all the way in the pocket. B, come on, man. B, F sharp, come on. That should be a D. Yeah, boy. A. Okay, good enough. So, just for reference, wow, that's a good tuning. Come on. So, yeah. That's it for this one. See you next time. I don't know when that will be, so bye-bye.